Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashera, whatever. And this is Beyond Wisdom Healing, where I talk about spirituality, spiritual shit, angels, and all of that, and humanity's ascension. So today we will be clear channeling Archangel Heylal. He has a message for the awakened collective. Okay, just want to clear up what channeling and clear channeling really is. I'm going to be okay. So like channeling is like when you give an entity the complete control, or like you give them the complete driver's seat in your body in order to articulate, to better convey their message. But then as opposed to clear channeling, where I give them the front seat and I'm in the driver's seat, right? So I'll still be here, Ashni will still be here, but Archangel Heylal will be speaking through me, okay? So it's not a full-on channel. Speaking of channeling as well, I am still having my channeling masterclass taught by Archangel Michael, where I sit and just channel and let him teach. I don't want to teach. That's his thing. That is in person, and you can check my social media, Facebook, Instagram, for updates on that. Okay, and yeah, they're in Panama City here. Okay, and my Facebook and my my Instagram is Beyond Wisdom Healing. Okay. Alright, so I want to go ahead. I have my singing bowl here. I haven't done that in a while on the channel. I also have my tarot cards. And I also have the book Jesus and the Essenes by Dolores Cannon. He told me, I haven't read it as yet. But he told me to just bring it out here, in case we might be flipping through and talking about some stuff in that book. All right, so let's do some conscious breathing in and out through the mouth. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm summoning the entity known as Archangel Heylal. Welcome. Come into my experience with me. And I'm ready to hear what you have to say, and I'm ready to tell the world. I am so misunderstood. I am categorized by the role that I have played in humanity. And it wasn't a punishment. I wasn't cast out of heaven. It was a choice that we all, as a heavenly host, we all decided that I was the best person to play this role. So that is just what I did. I just played a role. I was just of service to the knowledge of souls, the knowledge of spirits, and the evolution of humankind on this planet here called Gaia. I have been lied on. I have been exploited. And I have had enough. I play the role of the mirror, and I reflect the consequences of your choices. So, as she was talking about this in her masterclass with Archangel Michael, um, this all happened since all those days ago in Atlantis, because when you guys who incarnated, you guys as humans, when you guys were cutting open, you were creating worlds in the name of God. A lot of people were distraught. A lot of people were in pain. There was no anesthesia. There was no painkillers. There was nothing like that. We just, like, we wanted to mix man and fish. You guys wanted to mix man and fish. So you would cut the man and you would cut the fish and you just sew it on just like that, But all that pain, all that agony, it's still that energy, the energy of pain and agony, that still was very prevalent in that time. So what happened is, while we were teaching the human race and humanity, we were teaching them how to how we were teaching the human race and we were teaching the humanity how to learn from their consequences, right? How to learn from their consequences. We were teaching them that pain is not okay. Pain is not okay, right? It was just too much agony. And that was the same time when the reptilian force, that was the same time that they were introduced to also teach some sort of remorse or some sort of empathy. So we all came at the same time. It was a grand celebration, right? We all came at the same time, right? So I observed the illusionary world of the third density, and I began to dream. And I dreamt. I just kept dreaming. I kept manifesting something else, something different. How can these people let's teach these people a different way of doing this. Let's teach them a less painful way of doing this, of creating worlds, because we are all creators. So let's teach another way of creating, where all this pain does not does not have to be experienced in order to have this goal, right? This creator goal. So I dreamed, and my dream, we all see the reptilians' dream. It's just to feed off of this fear. But my dream was to make you realize the consequences of your choices, realize the pain that you are inflicting on your fellow man, on your fellow earthling. And I'm not only talking about humans, I'm talking about your animals, your plants, your fellow earth life. I wanted to show what would happen if it would happen to you. That golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I wanted you to realize, okay? So shortly after we started the splicing project, there in Atlantis, when you guys were cutting open people and all of that, shortly after you were cut open. And you were cut open right before we experienced anesthesia. What's that word? Anesthesia. Yeah. You guys were cut open right before anesthesia was introduced. So you had a chance to taste the medicine that you were dishing out. And that's my dream. That's my dream. That's what I wanted. Me, Heylal. That's what I wanted. Right? So over the years, millennia passed, I was still dreaming. I was still dreaming. I was dreaming up until the first shift in consciousness about a year or two ago. That's how long I was dreaming. I'm awake now. So I was dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. And then here's the effect. So I dreamt about a world where people could experience what they have been dishing out. People were dishing out a lot of pain, a lot of fear, a lot of stuff like that. The reptilians, they came for you to, they actually brought empathy, right? So you could actually feel. It's like you guys were like non-feeling, like you would do things and you wouldn't think about it. You cut a man open and you wouldn't think about it. So when that was happening, when I decided to let you realize what you're doing is actually causing a lot of pain to people, you guys stopped doing it. You guys stopped doing it. But the reptilians, that reptilian race, they had already developed a taste for your fear, for your confusion, for for how you are when you're in a vulnerable state. They have developed a taste for that, right? So Michael was telling them at the masterclass, Ashley's masterclass, Michael was telling them that the fear, when they tasted the fear, it was like, it was like cocaine, right? So they had developed a taste for that fear. So when you guys started repenting and recanting, it was like junkies going through withdrawal. The reptilians, it was like junkies going through withdrawal. It was like, oh my god, I gotta have my next hit, right? When am I gonna get my next fix? That was what it was like there. So then I became an enemy. I became public enemy number one. I became the devil. See where it came from? I became the devil in the story. Because I am obliterating this fear by teaching the remorse. I'm teaching you that what you're doing is causing pain. I didn't say stop. I said it's causing pain. So do it, but find another way how to do it. So they found another way. You found another way how to do it. And it wasn't causing as much pain. And I was demonized for that. Get it? Demonized. The devil and his demons. And then it went like that. And over the course of evolution, we're here at this point where there's a book telling you that this guy is right and this guy is wrong. And you live your life saying this guy is right and this guy is wrong. And I don't want to be like this guy. I want to be like this guy. but it's dogmatic, meaning it's a whole contradiction in itself, meaning it's an endless rat race. This whole Christianity, religion, not just Christianity, but this whole religion thing, it's a whole rat race. There's no way out. You have to, it's like a line, and you have to stay on that line. But when you stay on that line, you're suppressing yourself. You're not releasing the energy that you need to release, and that is why that creates even more pain. So this cycle that you are currently trapped in, this dogmatic cycle, it's all about how much pain can we get them to put out, so that their the reptilian, so that their supply does not run out. How much fear can we feed them with, so they can feed us with even more fear? It's all a game, right? And I'm here to say now that I have woken up. I am no longer the devil. I am no longer Satan. I am no longer the opposing force. That was a role that I played. That was a role that I played. I am an archangel. I have always been an archangel. I will always be an archangel. I will never stop being an archangel. Okay? That is what you need to understand. There was no fall. It's a lie. There was no fall from heaven. There was no fall from grace. It's all dogma. It's all lies to keep you in fear. And it's also to keep you from being accountable. Oh, the devil made me do it. Oh, it's Satan and his demons. Let's go cast out these demons. It's all a lie. And I have to do this. I'm doing this. I'm coming through you humans and talking to you humans, so that you can realize that it's a lie. You've been lied to your entire life. Some people are 70 years old, 80 years old, and they've been Christians their entire life. And it's so hard for them to accept that their belief is a lie. It's a lie that someone told, because they want to keep you small. So it was just a lie that someone told. And that lie has been circulated for eons. It's been eons. Time doesn't exist where I come from, in the infinite. So I just know that I was sleeping and I was dreaming. But in Earth time, it was eons of time. I could be sleeping for like 5 minutes in my time, but it was eons of time for you. So humanity is currently experiencing Revelations, the book of Revelation, in its entirety, because a lot of things have been taken out. Call the Roman Catholic, the Vatican, those people, they are who control the Bible. They know what's happening. Because they are controlling the Bible, they control you. If you're and I'm not even going to say if you're Christian, if you're religious, because if you have not realized, or no, you haven't realized, because there's always something distracting you. There's always some celebrity doing some stupid shit distracting you. All religions now worship one God. The Vatican now controls all religions, and this was signed off by here. This was signed off by all the the represent the leaders that represent all these religions. I'm telling you, someone doesn't want me to speak. This was signed off by all of those leaders, those spiritual leaders. They signed off the rights to worship any other god than the god of the ruling. And the ruling religion is Christianity. And who rules the Christian religion is the Pope. And who rules the Vatican is the Pope. So everyone worships the God that the Pope worships. All of your religions, Buddhism, Sikhism, all of them signed off their rights. So you, as the common man, you don't know what the fuck is going on, because you're like, oh, I'm being a good woman, a good man, I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna worship, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You all worship one God, and it's not the right one. I don't want to laugh, but you have to, because I know there are people here that no matter what I say, no matter how much I tell you that I am an angel in the non-physical world, coming to the physical world, speaking through a human person, telling you what the fuck is going down, you will still not believe. It's like it's unbelievable. And I understand that some people who have been entrenched in the system, something bite her. Some people that have been entrenched in the dogmatic system, some people will fight to protect it. They will fight to protect the system. So it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what any of my brothers or my sisters say to some of you people. But I really hope that you allow yourself to learn something new, because obviously, as you can see, what's working for you, what you thought was working for you, or what you want to work for you, is not. Right? So yeah, you all worship one God. Just worship the God in you. Just do what you want to do. That's what you came here for. The only rules is that you have free will, and you should not mess with another man's free will. You have free will. Do what you want to do. But don't mess with someone else's free will. You cannot own anyone. You cannot control anyone. Because when you die, you're the only one going in that hole. No one else is going with you. So you have some children that don't do anything unless their parents tell them what to do. What's going to happen when that parent dies? That child is handicapped in the world because he does not know how to make his own decisions. Make your own decisions. Teach your children to make their own decisions. And you will be there for guidance. You do not own children, physical human children, the physical children, they come in the world through the use of combined sexual sacral energy. You bring forth a vessel when you have sex. Everything has sex. Sex is, and you bring forth whatever species. But at the end of the day, it's all just a vessel, because a soul is going to enter that vessel. So you have souls that are kings, that are teachers in the spiritual world, but they come here as a dog because two dogs decided to have sex. Children are just vessels, for the divine, and they're filled with so much wonder because they're coming from an infinite place. They're coming from the realm of infinity to a finite place, right? And then you slowly introduce them and integrate them. That's your role as a parent, to slowly integrate them into the world of form. You're teaching, you're guiding. You don't own. You have some parents that say, it's my kid, I tell them what to do. No. They teach you how to function once you transition. You teach them how to function once they transition. That's the role of a child. It's not to go to school and sit there for 8 hours and has to raise their hand to use the bathroom. Ashley has had like 2 urinary tract infections in prep school, primary school, because she had to raise her hand and wait for a teacher to send her to the bathroom. That's not the role of a child. A child does not need to be anywhere sat around the desk at 8 hours being forced information that they have to regurgitate. And if they don't regurgitate it to the standards of the people who are shoving this dogma down your throat, the parents are going to punish you. How did it get to this? When did it become this? When did it become you beat children for not getting good grades? When Ashley was in high school, she went to a school called Holy Childhood High in Jamaica. And on report card day, it was called Boxing Day. And not Boxing Day that you think. It's not BOX. It's BAX. Because in Jamaica, when you slap people in their face, it's called a box. So it's called Boxing Day. Because if your grades aren't up to par, your parents are going to hit you in front of everyone and embarrass you and humiliate you for information that doesn't matter. But they were taught to believe these things, so they're forcing you to believe these things. That's why you guys are the indigo. That's why we had to send the indigos. So many kids got humiliated that day. And it's the principals. The principals had to send out letters saying that don't hit the kids. Don't embarrass the kids. There might be a musician in there that doesn't give a fuck about physics. Or an artist that doesn't really give a fuck about technical, some shit, mechanical engineering or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? The principals, the teachers had to come out to stop the parents from abusing their kids, especially in public. When did it get there? It's too far. Children aren't allowed to dream. Why do you think the world is in this state now? This life Ashley lives is one that she dreamt of when she was a child because she was so oppressed. She was so forced to think in this box that when she was alone, anytime she got alone, she escaped into her mind. She dreamt of a future where she was free. She dreamt of a future where there was no control, where children can run freely. Where children can run freely. Where there are no tests, no exams. So Ashley sucked in high school and college because she didn't give a fuck about this information that you're pouring down people's throats. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? And here we are in the Grand Rising. So I come here to say, this is Archangel Heylal speaking. I come here to say, Satan is no more. The devil is no more. Hell is no more. When you go to church on Sunday, what the fuck is the pastor going to tell you? Don't put no money in that bin. Save your money. Because they're selling you a one-way ticket to nowhere. A ticket to nowhere. Hell is no more. I am the character that played Satan. Me, Archangel Heylal. I was Satan. I am an angel. God created it all. Stop letting these people fool you. Please. I can't watch it anymore. I've had enough. That's why I decided to wake up. This is why I do what I do. This is why I come through you physical beings. This is why I talk to you in the way that I talk to you. Because it hurts me. It hurts me. These people have you unconsciously utilizing universal law. So they tell you something. They give you a weather forecast. No one can predict the weather. No one can predict the weather. They give you a weather forecast. They say, okay, today's Monday, but on Thursday, we're expecting it to rain. We are expecting. They don't know if it's going to rain. They don't know if it's going to, the sun's going to shine. But then you say, oh my God, it's going to rain Thursday. Let me bring an umbrella. And you make it real. And it rains. You just manifested rain. And you don't know. But they know. Learn the universal laws. Stop putting yourself in a box. Stop letting people control you. These are real. Angels are real. The universe is real. God does not sit on a throne in heaven. God is everything. Learn. Open your mind. Open your minds. You created hell. These people write in a book. And they say, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. If you follow the good guy, this is going to happen. If you follow the bad guy, this is going to happen. You're going to go to this place where it's always burning with fire, sulfur, and brimstone. And you're going to be tortured. And you're going to be conscious for an eternity. Who does that? Is God a sadist? They were put in severe therapy for coming up with this stuff. And then you go to church and you give him $20. You're buying into this experience. He's selling you an experience. What's wrong with worshiping at home? What's wrong with listening to some gospel music and singing and getting in spirit at home or with your friends? Why do you have to spend money to have a man, to have someone read a book to you every Sunday? Every Sunday you are paying someone to read you a book. Come on. Does it sound ridiculous to only me? You are paying someone to read you a book every Sunday. And then you complain that you don't have any money. And then you complain when they have big fancy cars. And then they tell you that there's this place filled with fire and brimstone, and and then you're so afraid of that. You see that fear? You are so afraid of that. What you fear becomes reality. You made hell. They made the idea, and then you bought the idea. And then you're like, oh, don't do that, else you're going to go to hell. And you make it more real. You give it the power. You're saying, okay, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to have sex before marriage because I don't want to end up in hell. So now you're there, you're unmarried for like 10 years. You ain't having no sex. You ain't releasing no sexual energy. What is that energy going to turn into? Because remember that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. You're asking 10 girls to marry you, and all of them says no. You're frustrated. So that sexual energy is now frustration, because you can't get a nut. You can't release. It's not frustration. What does that frustration energy, that frustrating energy, it's not released? Maybe you go out to a bar and they get you the wrong drink. Now you're yelling at this guy because he got you the wrong drink, which is just an honest mistake. He can just whip you up another drink in 2 seconds. But no, you're angry, you're talking to the manager. Now this guy loses his job. All because you don't want to go to hell. So you don't have sex. You understand? Escalation, energy. Do you understand the point I'm making? I know you understand it. I want to thank you so much for listening to me. The Angel Heylal, Satan, Lucifer. I want to thank you. I didn't need Jesus in the Essenes, but let me leave you with some frequencies. So let's do some conscious breathing on another 3 count, okay? Okay. Thank you for joining us. Ashni here. Archangel Heylal has receded back to his time and space. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to what we had to say. Some really beautiful stuff. I really hope humanity gets it. Like, you guys are gonna get it eventually, but you know, the longer you guys choose to hold on to the dogma, that's how long it's gonna take before, you know, we just get it. I will now be offering quantum Reiki. That is the process of mind to mind Reiki. I won't touch you. We'll just go into our Merkabas of light, right? So the people who have been attending my classes, and also those who will be attending my future classes, Archangel Michael will ensure that your pyramid of light is developed, so that if you want to work with me or work with anyone else who is offering those advanced levels of healing, you can. Okay? Don't be afraid to message me on Facebook. Ask any questions, comment, Instagram. You know, I'm a human, and I don't bite. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Peace.